Welcome back to Active Sports TV, and we bringing you another one and another one, bringing you another one. It's the fight night breakdown, man. When we out here breaking down the up and coming fight between Canelo Alvarez and Edgar Berlanga, man. Listen, this is the fight that's happening that didn't nobody call for. I mean, I wasn't calling for it. Nobody in their barbershop was calling for it. I don't think Mexico or Puerto Rico was calling for it, but it's happening. You feel me? Canelo, he moving how he moving, and it is what it is. But we gonna break it all down, man. It is on be on September the 14th, man. Canelo, he normally had these dates, stamped, man. He gonna rep for his country, man. I believe it's Mexico Independence Day, or single. Yeah, Cinco de Mayo is gonna be in May. My bad, but yeah, Mexican Independence Day, man, in September, bro. He always fight on that date. And then you got the Mexico versus Puerto Rico rivalry, boiling up out there, man, in history. You know what I mean? You got right off the top, everybody know about Oscar De La Hoya, and versus Felix Trinidad. You have a couple more, that add to that list. And now you got Canelo and Edgar a part of that as well. You feel me? So I'm interested. Edgar, I ain't know too much about him. He ain't really did too much to be really talked about. We know at 168. It's some competition up there, you know what I mean, that need to be actually addressed. And as you see in the title, Active Sports, we ain't ducking no smoke and we ain't letting nobody run from it. You feel me? And Canelo Alvarez, you on the hot seat, bro. Like, let's talk, man. Let's get down to it. We talking with Active Sports, a real boxing fan. I ain't with all of the politics and taking sides. Right is right with me. Let's get down to the science of it, man. What's going on with this fight that we about to all have to take part in watching and you know seeing what happens now, knowing Canelo Alvarez and his track record. This man is a legend in the ring. I'm not gonna doubt all of his accomplishments. He has fought numerous champions and moved up several weight classes. But we gotta go ahead and put content to you know what Canelo Alvarez's career has always been about. I mean, Canelo Alvarez has started pretty much in the welterweight division, and worked his way up from welterweight to junior welterweight, light middleweight, super middleweight, you know, all of those. But did it strategically. I believe not fighting the best competition, especially at 168. Caleb Plant, nice, but unproven. Other than what Andre Durrell and who else that Plant happened to get a win against. Off the top, nothing. Um, we seen you seen Jaime McGee come up, and Jaime McGee, a Golden Boy fighter, Oscar De La Hoya fighter. I mean, what is it to say about him? Like we just gotta unpack and be real. And then this is the tail end of Canelo Alvarez's career, where he's supposedly conquering greatness and wanting to be the legend amongst all of the Mexican legends of and conquering them all, like the Cesar Chavez and the Salvador Sanchez and Marquez, all of these Mexico greats, you know what I mean, where he resigned and he comes from. But, even though he has these champions on his resume, Active Sports want to give you guys just a quick breakdown of going back in time and dissecting some of Canelo Alvarez's greatest fights and who he was fighting against and how he had these, overwhelming advantages against these opponents at the time that he fought them. Uh, we can go as far as, like I said, the welterweight division. Um, Canelo Alvarez, up and coming, coming out of Guadalajara, Mexico. You know, fast hands, knockout artist, body snatcher. You know, at 147, start getting his, his feet, into the water. You know what I mean, and start dancing with some of the guys that a lot of people don't know about, like the Carlos Baldemir, the Matthew Hattons. I think that was at 154, if I'm not mistaken. The Jotocito Lopez. These are little guys. You know what I mean? These guys, like a Jotocito, I believe, actually even fought at 140 before and moved up to 147. Come on, we Matthew Hatton. If I'm not getting this first one, the Hatton brother, the one that ain't been talked about. Not Ricky. You know what I mean? Uh, this is Carlos Baldemir fought. Floyd Mayweather. What, maybe about 4 to 5 years prior to when Canelo Alvarez did it. And yeah, he knocked him out in spectacular fashion. And I believe even that fight was at 154 or some type of catch weight, because we know Canelo Alvarez is the king of catch weights. And I'm gonna go ahead and speed it up on this timeline and break it down to you. So with those names being added into the resume, you can't scratch that. You can't just take that away. You know what I mean? We had a bigger Canelo Alvarez, who was really a middleweight, shrinking down to make welterweight. Beating up on these guys. Trying to establish some type of stardom, some type of buzz over past tense names, gatekeeper names, C plus, B minus at their best fighters. Um, I think even I think Alfredo Gomez, if I'm not mistaken, the guy from Contender, like these was the fights that Canelo Alvarez built himself on. These are what made him start to you know be popular. Um, Now we move forward. He started to conquer, those people, those fighters. He started to now, pick off, the late Sugar Shane Mosley, the senior Mosley, at that time, who was pretty much a shell of himself. Um, Really, like, you know, did what he had to do in that fight, but really, what type of benefit or what type of glory would you? How can you really hold that as a trophy or something to triumph? You feel me? And this man had been already long past his time. It's like Holyfield, you know what I mean? At this moment in time, getting in the ring against anybody. Like, what do you get from doing that? I don't care if you a regular John Doe or whatever. Like, greats have their timelines, and when they're at their best and what they can do, is limited. We know this. So with Sugar Shane, he was also a part of Canelo's championship list, but like I said, tail end of his career, had already lost to Manny Pacquiao, had already lost to Floyd Mayweather, had already lost to Vernon Forrest, so on and so forth. I lost to Vernon twice. So this was a fighter, Rinky Wright. Come on, man, the list goes on. So Canelo caught this man at the tail end of his career and was able to grab some type of stardom off of just adding that name to the resume. Moving forward, the weight bully. We want to talk about, this dude talking about him being afraid of David Benaviderz and wanting $200 million that Turkey Al Sheikh put on the table. I mean, listen, $100 million. Where you getting that from for one fight? Like, we're gonna get into some shit. I want y'all to go ahead and follow Active Sports, because I don't just talk to be talking. We come with receipts. We come with stats, and we gonna back up what we talking. I'm gonna break down this salary thing and these so called superstar, cash cow numbers that Canelo proclaimed that he supposedly get per fight. And I want to know that as a boxing fan, like all boxing fans should want to know, why is it that you pick and choose when you want to take lower amount of salaries to fight these has-beens, these little guys, these really don't nobody want to see. You know what I mean? But when you get the biggest purse offer that you possibly can, you've been offered in your whole entire career, and this is even including fighting a superstar legend, the Hall of Fame legend Floyd Mayweather Jr. Let's break it down. We're gonna get to the science on your ass, Canelo. But we know you got an up and coming fight. I know your fans, and me being a boxing fan, we gotta tune in. We gonna watch this, but then nobody call for this on the 14th. They'll be able to celebrate a beautiful day for Mexico, but I don't think that you putting this fight together is really like you can't snatch that glory from them by that. Like you're not doing them the any favors by turning around and giving them this garbage, bro. Mexico has always thrived off the best in of the best in Mexico, dueling it out, fighting it out, proving what side is the best. You know what I mean? With the Eric Morales, Marcos Burrow fight, bro, them boys was going at it, man. They got trilogies out of that. You know, other fights, man. Like people want to see, everybody. Not just Mexican fans, black fans, white fans. Everybody want to see the best of the best. We don't want to see this garbage. You trying to fill up your bank account, expecting people to pay this, pay per view cost for your fights when you're not giving the fight fans what we desire. I mean, that's only stupid and insane for all of us to continue to do that. Where we're demanding and been demanding and asking for this David Benaviderz fight that should have been granted, should have been demanded by this time, and all of these leeways and these gaps that these sanctioning bodies and these belt holders give you, bro, to dodge this, man, is disgusting when it comes to the sport of boxing. You try to throw around this, what have he done? What has he accomplished? Well, I mean, at this moment in time, he has accomplished everything he needs to accomplish to be your mandatory. Fight him on Mexico Independence Day. Like, give them the Mexican people the best fight that they can possibly get. Let us all go out there and celebrate, bro, amongst y'all, bro, and try to get this fight going. Like, this shit is crazy. So you gonna go ahead and take much, much less to fight Edgar Berlanga? Like, and you thinking Edgar is a cherry pick? I don't know Edgar Berlanga to know if he's this, Puerto Rican flair and he can really do damage. I'm just hoping that you get your karma when it comes to this right here, bro. This is sad. Like, you can only pick too many cherries and tomatoes until you pick a rotten one, and that shit backfire on you. You know what I mean? And you done fucked up, and now you like, listen, I got to deal with this rotten shit that I turned around and went ahead and went to pick when you knew that you had something golden right here. It just was gonna take a little bit more work, a little bit more chipping and the edges, and a little harder, and grooming and growing the plant to make sure that you got the right crop. But since you want to play these games, you're going to pick the wrong one, bro. And hopefully Edgar be that guy. But I wanted to go ahead with y'all, man, and check out this press conference and let you guys see a little bit. This is going to be from Fight Height. Man, shout out to the boys once again. And before we do that, before the content move forward, subscribe, man. Subscribe. Like. We ain't doing this for nothing, you know what I mean? But, I had to give you my spiel, you know what I mean, with Canelo Alvarez. And I'm going to give you a lot more because, like I said, we got receipts. We're going to go ahead and get into the science of this ducking. This is what it is, this ducking, freezing out, hiding in caves, You know, you can't put your country, bro, in front of your fear. Like at the end of the day, we see you, Canelo. He don't want that Benitez work. And Benaviderz work. Let me correct myself. And then we'll get into Crawford later, but we're gonna talk about the main fear. And don't think you get a pass for Bivol as well. Like we gonna get the rematch? Come on, bro. You giving everybody a shot that don't deserve it and running from everybody that do. So let's check out your press conference, man. You know, Canelo, we got him coming up on the September 14th, man, against Edgar Berlanga. And you know, this should be a good one, bro. This should be a good one. Edgar talking the talk as of right now. You know, he's saying he has no fear, he has no respect. You know, and that's what's up. That's what we need. We need somebody to at least want to go up in there and fight Charlo. And you know, don't be out here playing with us, man, because it's sad. But let's get into it, man. Shout out to Fight Hype, man. Y'all go over there and definitely subscribe and give them a like, man. This is where the content comes from, the press conference comes from. And do the same for Active Sports as well. You like right now, like, subscribe, comment. I know the Canelo hater is mad right now, but I'm gonna give you some more to be mad at. Go ahead, Canelo. Yay, I'm gonna be watching.
You're gonna feel pain eight rounds.
I'm gonna break everything
From
in
there,
your face. I'm gonna break everything in your face.
you feel,
Yes, sir. I work with God.
mark my words.
Edgar, what makes you believe that you can be not only get the victory, but be the first man to stop Canelo?
We're gonna see. It's September 14th. It's fireworks, bro. It's fireworks. You know, he see it in my eyes. He see it in my eyes.
Fear.
Never.
Canelo, you have accomplished pretty much everything in the sport. What keeps you going? What keeps you motivated?
These kind of motherfuckers. And I know boxing.
I'll go to your trainer.
Canelo gangster, huh? He gangster. These motherfuckers, huh? That's what he said. Hey, his English done came a long way, man. Canelo talking that shit. He talking that shit in English too, boy. Look how they sitting up. Hey, Edgar, man. Listen, bro. I want you to put on a good performance, bro. I think Canelo gonna win. let me go ahead and get that right. I think Canelo gonna win, bro. And Edgar, I think he's gonna put up a good fight. I think that, you know, hopefully this ain't no act. Like we've been getting a lot of dudes other than Bivol, David Benaviderz, you know, Terrence Crawford, who been showing Canelo a whole lot of respect, bro. And you know, these dudes been looking like they lost the fight before they got in there. John Ryder, you know, went up in there and did put on a decent performance. But a lot of these other guys, bro, they just been starstruck. You know what I mean? But Edgar, he appeared to be different.
I don't know that much English, but that kind of words, I fucking enjoy it so much.
Hey, wait. Canelo funny, bro. Like, it's really funny though. I've been following this dude, man. I've been watching him for a long time. Yeah, I remember when Canelo couldn't say 2 words in English. You know what I mean? Now he popping that shit. You know what I mean? Canelo. Hey, quit ducking. Get your ass up in there and sign them contract.
I'm not sorry.
All right, let me go to your trainer, Eddie Reynoso, and hear from him. Eddie, you know,
Shout out to Fight Hype
from the start. How has he evolved since, say, 5 years ago to now? What have you seen in the growth of him as a fighter?
Él estaba con Canelo desde el comienzo. Contanos un poco cómo ve la evolución de Canelo desde hace, digamos, 5 años hasta ahora.
No, pues es la disciplina siempre hace evolucionar un boxeador, hacer las cosas de la mejor manera, estar enfocado en lo que se quiere y nunca perder el hambre. Creo que ahorita Canelo, ya con tanta carrera que tiene, sigue manteniendo la misma disciplina y la misma hambre que cuando comenzó.
When you're disciplined, you can achieve whatever you set your mind to.
And that's what Canelo has done. He has remained disciplined and focused, and he's even hungrier now than he has been before. He's ready, and that focus has brought him to where he is today.
We'll go to Edgar's trainer, Mark Ferre. Mark, you're going to be game planning against Eddie Reynoso. How do you take on that challenge with your guy, Edgar Berlanga?
Eddie Reynoso is a great trainer, but it just makes me work harder. Canelo said something that was very important. He says, I'm not gonna have compassion on him. That means I believe he had compassion on Munguia. I believe he could have stopped Munguia. So I know this is personal. So I tell Edgar, we gotta be ready for war. And Edgar's ready. I'm not saying that.
I'm not so. I'm not goddamn so. This ain't doing it for me. I don't know about y'all. And we all fans in our own right. We all entitled to feel how we feel. But this shit don't seem right. I want more aggression. I see David kicking over some shit. I see David looking him in his eyes like, bro, you already know. See these soft touches right here, Canelo. Hey man, PVC, bro. We're gonna unpack some shit with y'all, bro. We're gonna unpack some shit. Like I said, it's active sports, and I'm keeping it all the way real. I stay 1600 on mines, man. Listen here, PVC. Like I said, we getting into these numbers after this press conference. And I want an explanation. I want an explanation. Fuck all of this. Oh, no. I want a logic. Let's use logic, fans. Why we not getting Canelo Benaviderz on the 14th? And if not the 14th, why we can't get it in May? There's no excuses. And if we can't get that, oh, but he willing to give it all up, bro. Give up the weight, give you the money. They closing in on you, Canelo. It's closing. Edgar, make me a believer. Edgar.
Up here saying we're gonna do this and do that. There's many guys that say this before said that. They come up short. We're going to be ready for war. And I told Edgar, this
sound like it
is not gonna have compassion. And Canelo just confirmed it today. I've been saying that since we've been in camp. This guy's coming to take your head off. Nothing like Munguia, nothing like he fought Charlo. This guy's coming ready. So we coming ready. We coming ready.
Edgar, you heard Canelo, your trainer reiterated it. Canelo said he's going to have no compassion for you. Thoughts on that, and also, how does a win?
Don't look like they just at some type of, I don't know, somewhere they don't want to be. Everybody look like they somewhere they don't want to be. Like, this is a press conference. Hype me up. Like, act like you want to be there. Act like you've been waiting to see this man. Canelo, act like this man ain't got nothing on you. This is sad, bro. Matter of fact, enough of this. Enough. I can't do it. Fans, today you're going to get a heavy dose of Active Sports TV. Shout out to the fighters, man. Canelo Alvarez and Edgar Berlanga, man. Looking forward to I will be watching the fight September 14th to check it out, just to break it down, man. I can't say I'm looking forward to this, bro. I can't say I'm looking forward to this. And if you a real fight fan, man, at the end of the day, you just watching this for the love of the sport. But to say that you crave this, say that this was the first thing that you wanted, you're sad. But let's get into the excuses. Let's get into Canelo Alvarez, the duck, the quacker, the one that don't want to give the Mexican people the real fight that they want, the real fight that they be asking for. Come on, man. This is just disgusting. 200 million. What's wrong with it? Like, what's wrong with the man? Like, Turkey Al-Sheikh said, man, come with something reasonable. 150, 100 mil. Let's talk about that. So, you got a deal. I see PVC is playing, protect the boxer, their custody. You feel me? They got a whole lot of boxers they just signed up over there, and they keeping them away from some of these lions and these gorillas and these monsters out here who out here craving greatness. This is ridiculous. Al Heyman, bro. Sam Watson, the PVC, you know what I mean? Floyd Mayweather. What's going on? This keep away shit ain't working for y'all. Like, at the end of the day, these fighters, they can only hold out for so long before being exposed. We seen Canelo be exposed multiple times. I mean, do you want the same thing that happened against Dimitri Bivol to happen again with Edgar Berlanga? You want another stain like that? Or do you want to go after someone who's actually a good representation for the sport, who actually will not be that terrible of a loss to lose to? A young up and comer, punching and bunching, strong athlete in David Benaviderz. There's nothing wrong to lose to a up and coming great or a potential Hall of Famer, but come on, man, Demetrius Bivol. What Demetrius Bivol is no slouch at 175 light heavyweight. You tried it, but see, playing stupid games, you win stupid prizes. Canelo. And you play these games, more than once, and it ain't working in your favor, bro. Like, I'm just saying, like, listen, I wanted to bring this up because you say you don't want Crawford, the little guy, at 155, at 154. You don't want Terrence Crawford, the 154 WBA champion, the one that's a 4-time weight division champ, 2-time undisputed champ, who's already conceded and said, hey, I will be the littler guy coming up to your weight class, and also we'll make you the A side, we'll give you the highest purse of your career, just to prove it'll be the highest, that Canelo ever had. Let's go into it, man. Now, I took you down the timeline on the weight bully. We can't say you don't like little fighters because we know what you did with Amir Khan. He was a 140 pounder. Then Danny Garcia put him to sleep at 140. I believe so. Amir Khan had to move up all the way up to a catch weight, man, to fight the great Canelo Alvarez, another champion on his resume. But listen, this man claims he needs $200 million, right, to fight David Benaviderz. He already has said in the public that David Benaviderz can't sell, but I believe the fight itself sells itself. But let's see what he took to fight good old Floyd Mayweather Jr. In 2013, we all know we got the fight that everybody was thinking that Floyd was going to have the most trouble in. That can be, actually being one of his easiest fights. Canelo made $12 million on that purse. Going on to Amir Khan in 2016, he made $25 million for Amir Khan. Now, $25 million is good money. Great money. $12 million is good money. But it ain't $100 million. And we talking about established champion Hall of Fame fighters such as Floyd. Amir Khan, I don't know about the Hall of Fame, but great fighter, champion. We all know that boxers out here, they move strategically because they have these advisors who want to keep these in-house fights so that they can keep all the money in the pot. I believe, you know, these tactics is ruining the sport overall. And Canelo, you are the biggest primate of that. You are disgusting when it comes. You're tearing the sport apart, and you're using the Mexican people as a shield to do it, and that's sad because that's not their representation. That's not what they stand for. Ask Caesar. Ask Marquez. Matter of fact, why they don't lock arms with you? I wonder. Barrera, Morales. I ain't never seen them endorse you, and I seem to know why. But let's move ahead. Active sports fans, alcoholics, active maniacs. Caleb Plant. This is interesting, guys. Big payday. Come when Canelo Alvarez became undisputed as super middleweight, closing in the deal by fighting Caleb Plant, who was a PBC fighter. He seen one of his biggest paydays as of date. $40 million. You say overpaid, perhaps? Well, compared to Floyd and compared to Amir, damn sure. But hey, you gotta pay to play. And I don't know that. That's why you put your ass over there and protect the boxing custody. That's what the PBC is. They are protecting boxers, keeping y'all in their custody so that they can make sure they preserve your so-called talent amongst these gorillas that they know have superior talent. We've seen the Earl and Terrence Crawford. Shout out to Earl Spence again, man, being a real fucking fighter, a throwback fighter, a real general. Because if we don't have fighters do what Earl do, it's no use. They will play this game until we completely boycott. And if we're not going to complete the boycott, this is just going to be our daily diet. Turkey out of sheep came to try to revive. And in less than a month, you see they already tried to cut him off, freeze him out, put up all type of barriers. And it's coming from one entity I seem to see. Somebody just really got a problem with getting on board with the greats fighting the greats. This is what they proclaim that they are all aiming to give us as fight fans, you know, to entertain us. But this is not what they're doing. We're being scammed. This is what we're being scammed. For the more popular, more favorable fighter who generates the more cachet and who owns that fighter and who owns other fighters who will get the potential to possibly be the next one up if they will be able to outdo the cash cow in-house. This is sad. This is not boxing. This is not boxing. It's business, but not boxing. This is what the sanctioning body's supposed to be involved for. This is what they're supposed to intervene for, have rules for, and put to a stop. David Benaviderz have been on wait, bro. He's been on standby for 3 years. Close to. In between time, Edgar Berlanga just became a mandatory for one of the belts and already got a shot. How does that work? What is going on? You want 100, 200 to fight David Benaviderz, but you taking what? A measly maybe 20, 25 for Edgar? But I want a war. I want a war. I want to come forward and I want to go in the ring and give my people the best fight. David Benaviderz don't provide that. Oh, is it just too much? But let's see what after he got that purse of 40 million for the plant, he went to move over to try to play dummy games, win dummy prizes, avoiding David Benaviderz, trying to go up to 175 and be great and conquer 175 instead of fighting David Benaviderz, the mandatory, at 168. I'm going to go to the zone route. Bivol put them hands on his ass. Yeah, real tight Bruce Lee status. Came at him vicious. Won that fight easily. Do you know the guaranteed purse that Canelo walked away with for that ass whooping? $15 million. $15 million for Demetrius Bivol. A title fight at 175. Loss. He backtracks. We're going to go to his highest payday. Because, he's going to backtrack. Go back to that, protecting boxing custody. Protecting boxer custody. PBC, Al Heyman. Al Heyman gave him the $40 million to fight Plant. That was the only way he was gonna get Canelo. It was purse big. We all know this. You got to play the play. But he didn't want that work with David Benaviderz. He made sure the contract was short, and he made sure that David was off of it. And when they wanted to renew with David in the contract, he wasn't filling the deal. They was offering what, $150 million PBC for Earl Spence possible fight. And David Benaviderz on the back end of that, he said, no. No. I'm going to go over here and try to fight Bivol and what DAZN got over here for me. This is supposedly easy money. Backfire. Now, earlier we're going to talk about his highest payday, which was against, surprisingly, it was the trilogy. Not surprisingly, obviously, with the Triple G trilogy. It's quite disgusting to me because in looking at these numbers in this trilogy, right? This big global fight, this sought after fight, people was clamoring for this fight. Even the Mexican people turned on Canelo, demanding him to fight this fight. Similar to exactly what's taking place with David Benavidez. We remember when Canelo dropped the belt to avoid Triple G at 160. We remember the issues that he was having with Miguel Cotto for them dropping belts, not fighting each other at 154, trying to, I believe, fight each other at 160. A whole lot of madness. If you're a real boxing fan, you know what I'm talking about. I may ain't got all the details correct, but shit, I know I'm 80 to 90% accurate. I remember the saga. I remember the bullshit. It's exactly what's taking place with David Benavidez. Waited Triple G out, tried to get him older, get him possibly beat, to so-called build the fight. And the fans wasn't having it. But during that time, with all of that backing, with all of that money behind it, right? Canelo earned, in the first fight, he $40 million. The second fight, $30 million. The final fight, $45 million. On the back end with pay-per-views and, selling out the arenas. And like I said, this was a global fight. He walked away with a grand total of $100 million. For all three fights. All back end money. All of that pay-per-view revenue. All that. You feel me? $100 million over time. John Ryder $15 million for that fight. Oh, sorry about that. John Ryder, $15 million for that fight. Supposedly took a $10 million pay cut to fight in Mexico. So shout out Canelo for that. Doing it for his people, taking a pay cut. If that's true, you got to make sacrifices. John Ryder probably wasn't the main opponent that you probably wanted to go to Mexico for. But at the end of the day, if they can get a fight in Mexico, it doesn't matter who the fuck is going to be there. It's Canelo. They going to want to see him. But taking that big cut is showing, sacrifice. And I do admire that. Now, you feel me? With Canelo fighting his last contract, right? You feel me? Let's check this out. Canelo fought Jamel Charlo. And in this 3-fight deal with fighting Jamel Charlo, he was going to get a grand total of $100 million for 3 fights. Right? We know he whooped on Jamel, right? So we know Edgar is about to get whooped on. That's PBC. You see that? Who gonna be the third? We know Al ain't going outside. But David is PBC. He is PBC. So how can PBC Al protect Canelo from David Benaviderz when they rock with David Benaviderz? And David ain't keeping his mouth shut about what he wants. So, are we going to get this fight on Cinco de Mayo? Is Al, playing these cards, playing these chess pieces, strategically to where he get the most, money and try to avoid certain mishaps? I don't know. I don't like it. It's other proven fighters out there. It's unfinished business. Get out here and give us the fights we want. Edgar, Berlanga, we understand. In-house, mandatory, whatever. But Benaviderz been that. How you gonna give it to him before the man who you been representing, who been on y'all side, who's been, pushing for the fight? How you push past him to give it to him? And then Canelo, using I can't say him be a great businessman. He know how to suck these companies dry who desperate, and PBC is definitely desperate. Going over to, outside of this 3-fight contract, I'm waiting to see what happens. I really want to see the Crawford fight, if not the David Benavidez fight. I believe Crawford has done more enough in the sport. If that money is on the table for both of them, why duck it? Like, we talking about life-changing money, man, for 36 minutes of a bout. You can always circle back to those plans that both you guys got. You feel me? After that, it does nothing really to neither one, I believe. Canelo, it may hit him a little different. And at the end of the day, you can't let fear pave your way. It ain't pave your way to your greatness thus far, or has it? Well, you heard all of my spill on it. This is Active Sports TV. We got Edgar Berlanga getting this shot on September 14th. You seen a little bit of the press conference. I just couldn't do it. You guys go check out Fight Hype. It's over there. You can watch it in full. It didn't work. I couldn't get nothing from it, man. But hopefully you guys, you got everything you needed from me. And in doing so, before you leave, make sure you hit the subscribe button. Make sure you comment. Make sure you share this with other folks, other boxing fans, because this is what we do, man. We're trying to have something for you guys to interest you and entertain you along your hard days at work, and keep you going throughout the day, man. Even if washing dishes, clean up the house, taking care of the kids. Listen, put me on, press play, hit the like button, subscribe, and let them know, man, that active sports is keep you current out here in this sports media field, whether it's boxing, NBA, NFL, or Olympics. We go global, it doesn't matter. But I appreciate all my subscribers, all my listeners, everybody that has been supporting me, and part of this active movement. Striving to try to make this the best possible sports channel on YouTube. I appreciate you guys. Give me some feedback. Let's get there, man. Let's build. We growing. Like I said, we going ahead and we just building these bridges and clear these gaps. Taking y'all with me. Eventually we gonna go live. We gonna go up. I get to meet some of you guys, and we'll take it from there. But this is Active Sports TV, giving you another one. Being on my active tip, doing what I do, keeping you on. And we out of here, man. Y'all have a blessed night. Make sure, man, like every night, man, love your family hard. Enjoy what life journeys has for you. And hey, man, stay out the way, man. You know what it is. It's active, man. We out of here. Peace.